Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your friendly neighborhood Slytherin Ren. 皆さんこんにちは。ストロベリロリチャンネルへようこそ。隣のスリザリン、レンです。今回は RMK のウキヨモダンコレクションの商品を使ってメイクとレビューしたいと思います。Today I'm going to be testing out and reviewing a bunch of products from RMK's new Ukiyo Modern collection. Let's just jump into it and start out with the BB cream. まずこちらが、RMK の江戸桜トランスルーセント BB になります。I'm actually going to use this little clear palette thing that I found at Daiso. This is not originally intended for makeup use, but I don't know, I wanted to feel like an official beauty guru. So hopefully this will make me look 10 times cooler.
Cool. Very cool.
Wow, okay, this is very watery. But there we go, that's what it looks like. This is in shade 02. In my initial haul video of the Ukiyo Modern collection, I thought that Edo Zakura was the name of this shade in particular, but it's actually not. It's the name of the entire product. So the shades themselves are just numbered 1 and 2 basically. 01番と02番2色あったんですけど、私が購入したのはオークル系の02番になります。江戸時代の白肌をイメージして、現代のテクノロジーで透け感を演出した BB クリームです。It doesn't really have a fragrance per se, but it definitely has that fresh scent when you initially disperse it from the bottle. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit more actually, because I feel like this is quite a thin consistency. 結構みずみずしい感じで、透け感のある肌を仕上げてくれるかな。Pop quiz. What does the BB in BB cream stand for? Do you know? It actually means beauty bomb. Now, if you are one of the people that has been known that since the Michelle Phan days of YouTube, consider yourself an OG.
Respect my ex.
Okay, so this foundation is obviously very sheer and watery, but in like a really good way. It's really giving me that moist, healthy glass skin vibe without being oily, which is honestly like one of the reasons that I tend to avoid moist, dewy foundations, especially in summertime, is because I'm afraid that with my combination skin, you know, I tend to get really oily, especially in the T-zone up here. So quite honestly, I'm afraid of using a lot of moist, dewy foundation types, and I tend to shy away from them. So many of those formulas end up just looking really greasy and oily and not attractive at all on my skin. But this one, do you see how the light is bouncing off of my skin like it's porcelain? That to me is dewiness done right. I hardly feel it on my face. It just felt so cool and refreshing when I was applying it. Almost like skincare, just like a tinted moisturizer or something, which is what BB creams are essentially. Obviously, I can't say anything too definitive because I haven't put it to the test for a full day of wear or anything like that, but so far so good. Like I'm really loving this. I love the way it feels, I love the way it looks.
I love it.
It doesn't look like foundation, even though there is definitely like a bit of color there. It just looks like translucent, moisturized, elastic skin. Okay, stop admiring yourself in the viewfinder. Let's move on to the next item. Okay, so now let's take a look at the RMK Ukiyo Modern eyeshadow palettes. Today I'm just going to be focusing on the 2 limited edition releases for the Isetan department store only. 北川歌麿という浮世絵師の美人画からインスピレーションを受けたアートワークがパレットの蓋に描かれてます。So the artwork on these palettes are emulating those of a famous ukiyo-e artist of the time whose name was Kitagawa Utamaro. The artist for this collection basically did her modern ukiyo interpretation of it. Oh, by the way, you guys, the artist that collaborated with RMK for this collection actually reached out to me on Instagram after seeing my haul video. She like DM'd me with the sweetest message. Actually, let me pull her up right now. So her name is Sofia Strekanova. She goes by Soya. I'll put her Instagram up here if you want to go follow her and tell her I sent you if you do. But yeah, she has a beautiful portfolio of just all ukiyo-e inspired works on her page, And this one is kind of like, not that anyone asked, but I feel like this picture in particular is the Ukiyo version of me, essentially. Like, look at her style. It's basically me. 90s with the flared pants and platform shoes. I mean, come on. But yeah, go follow Soya, everyone. Her work is freaking amazing. She's been featured in Vogue and all these places. She said that she unfortunately couldn't be in Japan for the launch event because pandemic is just cramping everyone's styles. But that's how she came across my video online because I was one of the few people that posted a haul as soon as I got my hands on this collection. Anyway, that's really cool, right? I'm like Instagram friends with a Vogue artist now. But back to the eyeshadow palettes. So this one is EX01 Itabashi Shuku and EX02 Naito Shinjuku. So the word shuku or juku, it's pronounced slightly different depending on what other characters it's attached to. Shukuba is a term from the Edo period, which means post town essentially. So they were in towns, like INN, for travelers to basically take pit stops at, and they would provide lodging and stuff to let them take a rest during their long travels. So all of the eyeshadow palettes in this collection are actually named after real post towns or post stations that existed during that period. Just a little strawberry history lesson for you there. So how do I describe the feeling of this formula? I mean, as you can see, it's a very like airbrushed, watercolory type of effect, which is very fitting considering the strong inspiration that this collection takes from woodblock prints. I'm just really excited to see how this will look on the eyes. ふんわりとした発色なのにしっとりした仕上がりになってます。キックバックも一切ないので、指でもブラシでも気持ちよく使えるようです。And another really neat thing about these palettes is that the individual eyeshadows are actually removable. They're magnetic, like that. So you can basically move around and rearrange the shadows to customize a color selection for yourself. 実はそれぞれのアイシャドウシングルがマグネット式になってますので、好きなように入れ替えができます。いろいろなカラーの組み合わせが楽しめるようです。Finally getting to the eyeshadow application. I'm actually going to try out some new brushes. These are from Luxy, which finally came in 2 months after I ordered them. I think, what is this called? This is the Rose Gold collection. And there's 12 brushes in here. I'm not going to be talking too much about them though, because like I know that COVID has everyone going through it lately, but I don't know, I don't have that much understanding for a 2-month long wait. Like, come on, this came out to $92 including shipping. I really feel like if they did not have enough resources to ship in a timely manner internationally, then they should have just removed that option from their site indefinitely. So yeah, I'm not happy about that. And plus, this whole case design and setup just smacks of private labeling to me. Allegedly, I don't know if it is or not, but just from the way that I've heard other influencers raving about this brand, I'm not really super impressed by what I see. It smelled really chemical too. Now it's kind of like okay, but when I first opened the package, it smelled like straight up gasoline. Again, just another telltale sign of private labeling. I wouldn't be surprised if you could find these exact same brushes for a fraction of the price on AliExpress somewhere. But anyway, I digress. This video is not about Luxy brushes. I'm just going to pull from both of these palettes whatever colors happen to call out to me. Even though this is obviously supposed to be a very subtle wash of color, I'm gonna be honest, when I took a look at some of the looks they created on the RMK official YouTube channel, it kind of pissed me off because I feel like they just put barely any eyeshadow on any of the models. I mean, there's no surprise there. What's new with Japanese mainstream eyeshadow application techniques? However, the beautiful thing is that this is my channel, so I'm going to apply these shadows the way that I want to and I see fit. The convenient thing about most RMK shadows is that you don't really need an eyeshadow primer for most of them. Their formulas are really unique in the sense that they really do cling to your skin tightly, so it's almost to your detriment to use an eyeshadow base because that will take away from the sticking power of the eyeshadow itself. But anyway, let me just dive right in, starting out with a transition beigey brown as usual that actually picks up on the brush quite nicely. Just lay that down on the center. So I love how smoky this looks right away. Do you see that? It practically blends itself out. Okay, enough playing it safe. I'm just going to go for it now with this yellow and green. I'm going to put both yellow and green down on the upper inner half as well as the bottom outer half of my eye. You'll see in a second what I mean. This yellow is very sheer and it has like silver glitters in it. So, finished laying the yellow down. A little jaundice chic for you there. And then I'm going to take a flatter brush, dip that into the green. I love this shade of green. It's like matcha green almost. It really does look like matcha. This is making me crave a Starbucks matcha shake. Okay, so on the right eye, I'm going to flip this brush over and use the teal color from EX01. So far, I've only used shades from the EX02 palette. I've been so obsessed with teal lately. You know, I used to have this friend in college. Actually, she wasn't even really my friend. She was the friend of my best friend from high school who went to a different college than me. So I went to Cornell University and my friend went to State College. Her friend, we'll just call her Emily, she transferred over to Cornell in her sophomore year. So I was kind of tasked with like, I don't know, trying to make her feel welcome at Cornell or something as sort of a favor to my best friend from high school. Because, you know, her friend came over to Cornell, so according to girl code or something, I was expected to sort of welcome her with open arms. Me and my best friend in college, different girl from my best friend from high school at the other college, we went as far as to offer this new girl, Emily, to be apartment mates with us for senior year, but she like backed out at the last minute and screwed us over. So I liked her even less after that. She was just a classic Debbie Downer. I get it, she was probably like really nervous and self-conscious about switching colleges in her second year. So it's kind of like, I guess by that time, everyone was already established with their friend groups and stuff. Maybe she felt like it was harder to form friendships and bonds with people because obviously she missed the whole orientation period and adjustment that happened in freshman year at Cornell. Honestly, I feel like most of it was just in her head though. Like nobody cared. Even if they did, who cares about those people, you know? College was honestly kind of an extension of high school. Real tea. And personally, I was just not here for that at all. Yeah, I did not have a super wonderful college experience, but that is neither here or there. Anyway, the point is this girl, Emily, was obsessed with the color teal, but she would like talk about it in a way that... Sorry, I can't talk while I do eyeliner. She would talk about it in a way like she was asserting ownership over the color. So it felt like she was very possessive over the color teal.
You know that I'm not allowed to wear hoop earrings, right? Yeah, 2 years ago she told me that hoop earrings were her thing.
Everything in her room, her stationery was all teal. That combined with the fact that I really didn't like her attitude at all. Like I said, she was a Debbie Downer. She was just always self-conscious. Even when I would take her out for an event or just to hang out in college town and have some fun, she would always just have this really pessimistic attitude and worry about people judging her and staring at her and stuff. I don't know, it was so weird when in fact nobody's paying attention to you. Because of all that, I was just turned off to the color teal for the longest time. But now that it's 10 years later, I realize like, why am I going to deny myself this beautiful color just because of that stupid Emily girl that I didn't even remain friends with anyway past junior year. Okay, I'm going to put on mascara and lashes off camera. I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I added a little bit of this plum color on the outer top corner of my lid. Here's the finished look. It was ズのモテマスカラマイクロと RMK のインジニアスリクイッドアイライナー EX01 番ブラックを使用してます。この2本がないと生きていけないからさ。Alright, now let's add some blush. This is the Ukiyo Modern Blush in Mao. It's like a blood orange or persimmon type of shade. クリームの密着感とパウダーの軽やかさが両立したブラシになってます。シンプルだけどすごく肌なじみがいいしぼかしやすいです。So at first glance, this is just a really simple, like no frills blush. It's also tiny. 1.7 grams of product. I can appreciate the compactness for travel. But yeah, as far as the shade and the finish goes, it is really simple and no frills. But I must say that I don't know how this is possible, really.
What sorcery is this?
Reveal yourself, tiny songstress.
I detected no patchiness whatsoever when applying this blush. Mind you, I still haven't powdered my face. This is just layered straight over the BB cream from the beginning. But if you can see, it's like completely even and blended out. Much like the eyeshadows, all the powders in this collection so far are just blending themselves really. Miraculously, the blush doesn't cling to any like random patches of skin or, you know, any unblended foundation, which I feel like is usually inevitable with most blushes, not because of a defect in the formula or anything like that, but just simply for the fact that if you have foundation on, it's kind of a given that the first stroke you take with any powder blush is going to be streaky, and then you go in later to blend it out, right? But this blush, it just goes on completely smooth and unstreaky from the beginning. Very quickly, before I get to the lips, just dust on some highlighter. I'm using the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Double Gleam. Okay, glow for the gods. A little bit in the inner corner. Oh, why not do the brow bone as well? We are doing the works today. Sunday fun day.
RB Rebecca Black. So chillin' in the front side, in the backseat, I'm driving, cruising.
はい、ようやくたどり着きました。This is the Timeless Matte Effect Lip Lacquer. I picked up two shades, 02 Fu and 03 Sei. Sei is the darkest one. So I'm going to use a combination of these both actually. Using Sei as kind of a lip liner. Actually, maybe I should put the lighter one on first. And then I will outline the outside with 03. The angle of this applicator makes it really easy to get that precision application. So that's great. So this is not a true matte. It still dries down kind of shiny, but I really love the way it looks and it also feels really comfortable on the lips. It's very breathable, which, you know, I appreciate a lot. I think that a lot of Japanese brands, as well as Korean brands, so Asian makeup brands in general, are really good at making nice, breathable, comfortable matte lip formulas. I personally am not the hugest fan of a lot of Western matte lipsticks or especially liquid matte lipsticks. Oftentimes I feel like they're too dry. My lips kind of shrivel up and look a whole mess once they dry down. This formula is not like that at all, as you can see. It's almost like a semi-latexy finish.
How about that?
Really gorgeous. And I said that was the last product, but I lied because as usual, I forgot something. The Erozakura Translucent Powder in 02. Stunning, gorgeous, sophisticated. I wish it would open all the way though. What is up with this angle? はい、Erozakura のトランスルーセントパウダー02番ライラックピンク。江戸で流行したエロ桜をイメージしてできたパウダーになっています。Ooh, that is really finely milled. 付録のブラシもなんかすごい硬質な素材でできているらしいです。ヤギ毛でできています。The bristles on this brush are actually made of goat hair. It's nice to see that they even put effort into the compact brush, because as you know, the quality of those are usually crap. But yeah, this powder is doing things to me right now. Everything in this collection, by the way, just completely like melts and melds into your skin seamlessly. I really love the way that everything turned out. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions review. I'm going to go get some McDonald's breakfast now, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.